When Americans look at the Lincoln Memorial today, we see a giant carved in white marble, stoic, successful, and immortal. But the real Abraham Lincoln wasn't born in marble. He was forged in the fire of relentless, crushing failure. If you are betting on Abe Lincoln's future in the 1830s or 40s, you likely would have bet against him. His journey to the White House wasn't a straight line. It was a jagged path of dead ends and disappointments. His story began not with a bang, but with a series of whimpering defeats. In 1832, a young, awkward Lincoln lost his job when his employer went out of business. Aimless but ambitious, he decided to run for the Illinois state legislature. He finished 8th. Leaving him saddled with a massive debt he would spend years paying off, a burden he jokingly called his national debt. But financial ruin was only the beginning. In 1835, tragedy struck his heart. The death of his first love, and Rutledge, sent Lincoln into a spiraling depression so severe that friends removed razors from his room, fearing he might take his own life. He battled darkness, not just on the ballot, but in his own mind. He eventually found his footing in law, but politics' true passion kept slamming the door in his face. In 1843, he was defeated for a nomination to Congress. He finally made it to Washington in 1846, only to be voted out after a single term, effectively banished back to the wilderness of Illinois legal circuits. By 1854, he aimed for the U.S. Senate and lost. 2 years later, he sought the nomination for vice president and received fewer than 110 votes. The most public humiliation came in 1858. He ran against the political titan, Stephen A. Douglas, for the Senate. Lincoln debated brilliantly, pouring his soul into the moral arguments against slavery. The nation watched, and yet, when the votes were counted, Lincoln lost again. At age 49, he was a man with no office and little money. He wrote to a friend, "I feel like the boy who stubbed his toe. It hurts too bad to laugh." By all conventional metrics, Abraham Lincoln was a washed-up politician. But here is the twist that changed American history. He refused to let failure be his final chapter. Just 2 years after that crushing Senate loss, in 1860, the man who could unkeep a grocery store open was elected the 16th President of the United States. He proved to a fractured nation that success is about never falling yet. That's about the resolve to always get back up.